Now that you know what assistive technology is from watching the previous video, are you wondering what the laws are regarding assistive technology and special education? Did you know that AT must be discussed and considered for all students in special education? In this video, we will review the laws pertaining to AT and special education. So let's start with a very important piece of legislation known as the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA. IDEA was originally enacted by Congress in 1975 and has been revised many times over the years, most recently in 2004. This law ensures that children with disabilities have the opportunity to receive a free and appropriate public education, or FAPE, just like other children. And free means at no cost to you as parents. Appropriate means meeting the unique educational needs of your child. And this law is very important because it provides rights and protections to children with disabilities and to their parents, including the right to assistive technology. So what exactly is the definition of assistive technology according to IDEA? AT is a device, first and foremost. It is any item, piece of equipment, or product system, whether acquired commercially, off the shelf, modified, or customized, that is used to increase, maintain, or improve the functional capabilities of a child with a disability. The term does not include a medical device that is surgically implanted or the replacement of that device. But also note, it is a service, and it is any service that directly assists an individual with a disability in the selection, acquisition, or use of an assistive technology device. And we'll expand on the services in just a bit. But first, let's review quickly. By the definition that it can be any item, we can envision AT as a continuum of items or devices. Most people, when they hear the term assistive technology, think of high-tech tools, the iPads, apps, laptops, software, etc. But AT can be very simple, like adapting a book with popsicle sticks to make it easier to turn the pages, or even using picture symbols or photographs to help encourage understanding and participation while reading. So AT is truly a range of tools, from simple to complex. AT can also benefit a student in many different areas of functioning, from reading and writing to social skills to attention and focusing. Just as AT is a continuum of tools, AT can help in a wide variety of goal areas. If you'd like to find out more about what AT is and get some specific examples of AT and some of these goal areas, please watch the first video in the series, What is Assistive Technology? So now let's get back to AT services. Remember the services that directly assist a child with a disability in the selection, acquisition, or use of an assistive technology device? They are just as important as the devices. These services can include the evaluation or assessment of the child's needs for AT, purchasing, customizing, maintaining, repairing, or replacing devices. And very importantly, training on the device. Training on the use of the AT tools is extremely important, and training is not just for the student. It is for everyone involved with the student and with that tool. Think of it this way. When you receive a new phone, the first thing you do is find someone who has had experience using that phone. The salesperson who sold it to you, or a friend, how to use it better. And if someone can actually take the time and show you how to use it, even better. You may even keep going back to that person as you familiarize yourself with the features of the phone and have additional questions. This support is necessary for you to understand all the phone has to offer and how to use it correctly. The same is true with assistive technology. The key to success is adequate training to ensure proper use and full understanding of the device. So who pays for the assistive technology? If it is determined that the student requires AT in order to receive FAPE, and remember that's a free and appropriate public education, or if it helps keep the student in the least restrictive environment, or if it is found that the student needs it to access the curriculum, then the school system is responsible for paying for both the tools and the services necessary to help him learn how to use them. The school can collaborate with other agencies like Medi-Cal to help pay for certain tools if the parents give permission. However, it is up to the school to be sure that the student has what he needs to obtain an appropriate education. Now that you know how assistive technology devices and services are defined by the law and what that looks like, what exactly does the law say about assistive technology use for students with disabilities who have an IEP? And we'll tell you that in the next slide. But first, let's explain what an IEP is. IEP stands for Individualized Education Program, and it is the legal written document that outlines the instruction, supports, and services your child needs in order to achieve his educational goals. It is important to note that these supports and services may include assistive technology. And what does the law specifically say about AT and the IEP? Well, it states that in developing each child's IEP, the IEP team must consider whether the child needs assistive technology, devices, and services. Now the question becomes, what does it mean to consider AT for all students with an IEP? Have you been considering AT at your child's IEP meeting? If you're not sure and you'd like to learn more about the simple steps to AT consideration, stay tuned to Chapter 3 of this series.